This is the 2019 Porsche GT3 RS, and it does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. And it sounds amazing. This is the 2025 Hyundai Ioniq 5N. It does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. This is freaking awesome. And there is an N grin button that just takes this thing like a rocket ship. Top speed, 162 miles an hour. Please do that on the track, not on the street. That makes no sense. But this vehicle is a performance SUV that literally has a ton of fun to drive. This is the first N Performance product that is all electric, and so the 5N is very special for Hyundai, and it's all about being a corner rascal, race car capable, and still a great performance car you can use every single day. And this vehicle does accomplish that, but I want to show you some of the unique features that make this vehicle special. The first thing you're going to notice is that N logo. That obviously means you're driving the performance model, but directly below the Hyundai logo, you're going to see a luminous orange accent. Now, orange is the performance line for not just Hyundai, but Genesis is using that luminous orange color for their performance line as well. So you're going to see Albert Biermann's touch all the way around this vehicle as he adds performance details that are actually functional. You'll note that the Ioniq 5N has a lower ground clearance that enhances stability and aerodynamics for the vehicle, and that's all going to be important when you put it on a track. 21-inch alloy wheels are standard. They're on Pirelli P0s, really nice sticky tire that you can use on the street as well as on the track. You'll also notice these large brakes with the N logo on them, 15.7-inch front discs in the front. In the rear, 14-inch disc brakes makes this vehicle stop. Remember, it's a pretty heavy car. It's pushing close to 5,000 pounds and you need to stop it. You'll also notice this N logo down here embossed into this piece. This is actually functional, helps control airflow while the vehicle is on track. Much like other performance cars, you'll notice that this upper wing is exclusive to the N line. The black bumper cover has checkered flag reflective graphics on both sides and really makes this vehicle look more performance oriented. This front grille is actually functional. It's active air flaps to keep that vehicle running cool because batteries get hot when you work them really hard on a racetrack. Hit that N Grin boost button, which is on your steering wheel, and now you're using that 2-stage inverter with the new 84 kilowatt hour battery. That boosts the power to 641 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque. Now there are paddle shifters so you can put the power where you want. There is an N pedal that makes it even more sportier to drive, and all 5Ns have an H-Track all-wheel drive. It has 221 miles of range. 0 to 60 time is just a touch over 3 seconds, and that's when you use that N Grin boost button. Also, quarter-mile times, in case you're going to take it to the track, it's 11.1 seconds at 123 miles an hour, top speed of 162. When it comes to charge time, this is an 800-volt architecture vehicle, which means it'll take that fast charge from 0 to 80% in 18 minutes. That's about 78 mpge and an all-electric range of 221 miles, depending upon how you drive it. If you drive like I do, you probably won't get that distance. When it comes to suspension, there is a multi-link rear suspension, gas shocks that are electronically controlled both front and rear, and a 3-position electronic dampener. They've added all the standard safety features that we're used to, including those blind spot cameras that I really like. There are some interior features and technologies that are special for the 5N. That includes the bucket seats with the reinforced bolsters. It's also about 1 inch lower, and what that means is you're going to have a better center of gravity and better handling. Micro suede covered sport seats, and a unique steering wheel which features buttons for 2 N buttons so you can choose your drive modes, as well as that N Grin boost button. You'll also see those redesigned pedals with a left foot braking capability, and the cockpit is really designed for performance driving. USB connectivity for everyday charging, so you're not going to lose all that everyday use. Same center screens as you're seeing on the regular 5. The interior is pretty much the same as the regular Ioniq 5. However, there is a fixed console with padding on top versus a movable one. There is wireless charging, tons of charge ports, you've got all the cup holders, plenty of storage, and there is no sunroof on this car, and that's because it's about keeping this vehicle as light as possible, and that is extra weight when it comes to glass. Hyundai has a performance division called the N line, and this vehicle is an Ioniq 5, but it has full use of all the battery power, and what that gives it is a very cool performance car. Inside the vehicle, you feel like you're driving a regular combustion engine. Outside the vehicle, you don't hear anything. It is literally crickets. But inside, you can adjust the different sound. The one thing that's pretty cool is this N active sound. You can go into the settings and have it sound like an engine. Maybe you want to sound futuristic. Sounds like a video game or supersonic. And only you hear that inside the car. Now, I'm a car person, you can have it off. I want to hear that ignition sound. Love the rev matching and downshifts, or you could use the paddle shift. That's what's been missing from all these electric vehicles. They may have great performance. All of them do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. But what's missing is one of the senses that you get when you drive a car. It's what you hear, it's what you feel, it's what you, everything but your taste. But you know what, when you don't hear an engine revving, you don't hear this, it doesn't make it a performance car. It makes it an appliance, which is fine, except for when you come to the N line and some of the other competitors that are in this category. We had this vehicle on the track, and you can see that it handles really well. It is lower, it has lower ground clearance. The seat is a bucket seat with full support, and it's also lower than the regular Ioniq 5 seat. And you kind of need that when you want to feel connected to the ground. Again, something that's kind of missing with a regular electric vehicle, which they have made happen here. Why? Because Mr. Bierman, who used to work on the BMW N Performance line, well, he now works at Hyundai, and he's making a performance line, and you're seeing it not just in Hyundai, but you're also seeing it with Genesis, and they have some pretty cool product coming out. We showed you that at the New York Auto Show. Here are some of the pieces that make the 5N a pretty special car and different than what's on the road, but we'll also talk about the competitors along the way. If you're thinking about buying a performance car, maybe something you want to put on the track, it's important to know all those cool little pieces before you buy the vehicle. Now, I will also tell you, not all performance driving schools allow electric vehicles, so make sure you do your homework before you make the purchase. There's quite a bit of cargo space in this vehicle for putting your helmet and all your gear in. About 26 cubic feet of storage with the second row up. Fold the second row down and you're at 59.3 cubic feet of storage. That's quite a bit. The 2025 Hyundai Ioniq 5N starts at $66,100, much less than other performance vehicles that are as fast. And maybe they handle better, but you're certainly paying for that in the price. But there are some pros and cons when it comes to the 5N. On the pros side, this vehicle has very clever performance technology. Love the steering wheel and the seating, really well done, standard safety, and all the good things that you love about the regular Hyundai Ioniq 5. But there's even more to this car. Adding those little bits and pieces and cool features that make this special is certainly a plus for this vehicle, especially consider the competitors, which we'll talk about in just a second. I do love the options of the exhaust sound, and you can leave that gasoline-powered engine on all the time, but you hear nothing on the outside, so only you get to enjoy the sound. A very big plus for me. On the negative side, I wish it was a bit longer range, but then that vehicle would be heavier, and not everybody wants a performance vehicle, and that's why they've made this vehicle for those customers like you who want something fun to drive. Now, there are some competitors in this category, and the prices are all over the place, but they're important to test drive each one of them and check with your insurance company, and that's going to make a difference on which vehicle you choose. It's also important to note that not all these vehicles that I'm going to list have interval architecture, which means they're going to be slower to charge. This is going to be the fastest, and the only other one that has fast charging would be the Kia EV6 GT, which doesn't have the same performance specifications, or a Porsche Taycan. Well, that's going to be a lot more expensive unless you buy a used one, because the prices have dropped off on used vehicles, which might give you an opportunity to get into a Porsche. The Tesla Model Y Performance also has the faster charging, and you get to use the Tesla charging, which this vehicle has as well. You'll just need an adapter. The Volkswagen ID.4 and the Ford Mustang Mach-E GT are also competitors, so I suggest you drive all of them. Personally, I had a great time with this vehicle, and putting it on a track makes it even more special. Remember that not all performance driving schools have an ability for you to put an electric car in the track, so before you sign up, make sure you check with that company. If you got additional questions about this vehicle, put them down below. I'm more than happy to answer them. There's a lot more to this car. I wanted to give you the highlight points of this vehicle and then go take it for a test drive. And you'll see you're going to be smiling too, and that N grin button will make you grin as well. If you got value from this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. If you'd like to support my channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee or stay a second longer and we'll give you a way to save some money on your cell phone plan. You can reach me through my podcast or social media. It's all down below in the description. I'm Lauren Fix. Thanks so much for watching. Have you ever thought, why in the world is my wireless bill so darn high? What are we paying all this money for? Speed, coverage, data, access to 5G, unlimited talk and text, mobile hotspots? We are partnering with Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers all of these features for as low as $15 per month. They're reimagining the wireless shopping experience and made it easy and online. No stores, no salespeople, just huge direct-to-use savings. Why should you pay more when you have access to premium wireless? Mint Mobile runs on the nation's largest 5G network. Whether you use your phone to watch YouTube, listen to podcasts, or play games, you get the same speed and performance as the big guys while connecting to Mint's network. How hard is it to switch your service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's hard, but switching to Mint is super easy. Thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most phones now have, you can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. And if your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. Just go to trymintmobile.com/LaurenFix, also linked in the description down below, to get premium wireless for $15 a month.